We're going to be using the Kafka schema registry when producing and consuming messages with the Kafka protocol. This is also mentioned in the admin video, but if you click on tenants and namespaces on the left side, you're going to need to add permissions for the registry to be able to store some of its data. So regardless of which tenant you're using, that's going to be in the public tenant in Kafka schema registry. Go to policy and add the service account that you're using to publish and consume messages with Kafka, and add the produce permissions. Next, click on the Kafka Clients tab on the left pane, and the Code Libraries tab, we're going to be using the Java client. If you haven't downloaded your OAuth key yet, you can select your service account, click Next, and when you click Download Key, you'll get your OAuth 2 key. Under Kafka Schema Registry, in previous videos we left this off. We're going to turn this on now. And in Client Libraries, we're going to have to add a few things. For the Kafka Clients library, use the version that's listed in the UI currently. It should be at least 3.4. For OAuth client from StreamNative Pulsar handlers, make sure that you are using at least 3.104. The use of OAuth 2 for the Kafka schema registry requires at least this version. And then we're also going to be using the Avro serializer, which comes from a different repository, so you need to add that in as well. And then finally, we're going to get down to our producer and consumer code. We're going to be using the KOP tenant, the KOP namespace, and then let's use a new topic. We're going to use Kafka schema topic. So this is not where the schema is stored, but where we're going to write messages to when we have a schema enabled. I'm going to go ahead and copy this producer code. Let me do the OAuth produce demo. I'll create that class and then we'll show you in IntelliJ what that looks like. Created two new classes, the OAuth produce demo and the OAuth consume demo, and copied that code out of the UI into here. I've already updated my key path here to have the reference over to my JSON file. And then I've also made sure that the topic name, of course, was KOP namespace Kafka schema topic. And under consume, we're going to have to make sure we have our group ID config, and I'm just going to leave it as my first consumer. That'll be the name of the consumer group. Let's go ahead and go over to our producer, and we'll right click and go ahead and run that. And we're able to produce our message over to that topic. Next, let's run our consumer. It takes a second for the consumer to finish starting up before it will read the message. We can see here that we were able to read that record with the name is username and the age is 20. If you go over to the UI, you won't be able to see the schema in the UI. You'll only be able to see the Pulsar schemas. For now, the Pulsar schemas and the Kafka schema registry are separate. To see the schema registry or to make changes to it for Kafka, we're going to be using curl commands, which will be in a separate video.